So what I like to do during this time is every week I'm bringing forth a different law of attraction idea. So trying to keep track, they're very important. That's why I'm trying to keep track. And as I'm saying I'm trying to keep track, I'm forgetting as I'm trying to keep track. But I know last week we dealt with boundaries and common purpose, where in the reference of law and attraction, we do not have boundaries. Right? So how does that play out? You're not in your truth. You know your truth. You know you want Idris Elba at the front. You want Lenny Kravitz at the back. But you married the goddamn to the Nutty Professor. And you trying to figure that part out. Don't kid yourself. Be real about how the situation is, about your ultimate truth. You gotta learn how to not be distracted by what you don't have and learn to tap in and tune in to what you do have. So ultimately, if you do not have the boundary between you and everybody else, you will absorb everybody else's law of attraction. And ultimately, you will be in a place where you're like, man, I don't want to be here. I don't want to do this. I don't want to talk about this. Okay. I don't want to talk about this. I don't want to go through this, you know? And from there, you're like, how do I create the boundaries? How do I find people that think like I think? Well, first you got to figure out how you even think. You got to figure out your overall vision. You got to be so fixated on that vision. Within that vision is a talent, a skill, and ability. But sometimes we get so distracted by our talent and abilities that we don't even know what we're doing with it. An example would be a singer that's just following the trends to the point where we don't even know your identity as a singer. Like, what's your vision? Where do you see yourself? Are you Mariah Carey? Are you going to be a local singer, hit the bar scene? Are you going to put out a CD? You trying to be a major artist? What is your vision for your career? I'm just waiting for people to like my music. Can you stream my CD? I'll stream your CD if I'm tuned in and tapped into the vision. To which this is where Jupiter and Aquarius comes in, is where it's easy to be successful if you're thinking about your audience. I'm gonna repeat that because in all of business and endeavors, the person who thinks about their audience, they always succeed. Versus the person that's in their business and trying to be successful for them to prove something to themselves, it's a struggle. It's a struggle because it's not about your business more than it is about yourself. So is your vision for everybody to clap and tell you how great of a person you are? Or is your vision to provide the highest of understandings of life, to which if you don't have that figured out within yourself, you haven't given yourself that love, that ability to be that thing for yourself, whether it's to stand up to somebody or say the thing that you need to say or go to a place that you need to go or stand up on your own to, or you got your barriers, your financial barriers, and all of the things that you're going through. It's like you're going through it. How do you get out of it? 10 times out of 10, you get out of it because you realize that you don't have a vision and it's time to create a vision. There's so much we get tied into who we are in our lack and where we need to just show forth of, hey, I'm the hood mystic. I'm an excellent tarot reader. I'm an excellent astrologer. I go through this whole life and never talk about that shit. Because it don't make me none if you don't sign up for a reading. I'll have a whole bunch of time for myself. I don't care. I don't care about anything in reference to me being productive. I know the vision for me and my family. I know where I'm trying to put my family and where I'm trying to bring my family as a whole. And it has nothing to do with any one particular thing, more than it is a fixation and an understanding of vision. And now that I realize that that vision is real in reference to what I truly know about my energy, what I truly know about my law of attraction, and really dealing with my fears in reference to I'm not going to relive my vision or see my vision. See, that is the block to the overall manifestation. And I can see that. So what is the goal for me? Relinquishing and releasing the bogged up, reincarnated fear from past lifetime. How do we access the divine realms? How do we access the divine planes of ideas? Once again, by for real understanding that within us is a strong power source. Now, you may feel like there is not a strong power source within you. And that's where the disconnect is. That's why you tuned in and tapped into me, or to her, or to him, or to this, or to that. Because whatever is found within that external thing is a power greater than yourself. I just got on this live to tell you that there is no power greater than you outside of yourself. For if you were to tap into the soul plane or the divine plane of ideas, thus you will see your personal soul. But what does your personal soul represent? Your personal soul represents an intermediary of higher cosmic intelligence. Give me 1 second. Even tonight. But anyways, your soul is a mini god. And we all have many gods or many intelligences, cosmic intelligences, or ways to understand the cosmic intelligences within ourselves. And it's so strong, it's almost like we are that higher cosmic intelligence. But when we hold up all of our illusions in front of who we are, like all of our illusions are in front of the mirror. So when we look out into ourselves, we see all of our illusions, we see all of our doubts, we see all of our fears. And then we move one layer, and then there's another layer of doubt and fear that may have happened when we were 7. And then there's the invulnerable doubt and fear and illusions to when we were like little children. And that is trauma and pain that we didn't even know that was even there. Clear that up. And then it's past life in the same cycle, so forth and so on. These processes and illusions that we keep digging and we keep shredding and we keep finding that source of light if it gets covered. Because that source of light within ourselves is our soul. And our soul is very important because it is our go-between. It is our middleman between that and the higher cosmic intelligence. And I'm here today to tell you that there is no difference between you and that. So when we reference higher cosmic intelligence, the only thing that pulls you from that is that time that you dealt with that no good ass nigga. Or the time that your baby mama filed child support on you, or the time that you found your baby mama cheating on you, or the time that your daddy wasn't there for you, or the time that your mama abandoned you, right? And these things that you feel like are your birthright, when in reality, those are your illusionary thought forms that hold you back from your soul, or from your soul plane, or from your plane of divine ideas. So to focus and double down on a particular vision comes with no guarantees. I have a vision for me and my family, and if it doesn't manifest, I understand. That's why it's a vision. That's why I'm careful. That's why I'm pragmatic. That's why I have to remind myself of this. Because it's easy to say, I'm gonna put my vision down because it might not happen. You could say, I want to be in a relationship, but I'm single. So I might not want to be as submissive or as attractive, meaning that the energy that brings about the law of attraction in my life, my attraction is based upon my attractiveness. And you could be attractive from the inside out. Womb steam, spiritual bath, oil your body down, moisturize your body, relax your hair or play in your hair, oil down your hair, braid your hair, take your braids out, love on yourself, clip your nails, clip your toenails. This is how you become attractive. That had nothing to do with your aesthetics. And it's not to say that a man can't sting and release those energies and those urethral vibrations as well. But even with all that said, you bringing forth your best self. There's no guarantee that people are going to say, "Ooh, Kyrie, you looking good today. You've been putting on that rose oil. You've been moisturizing your skin. I see you've been combing your beard a little more. I see you've been brushing your hair. I see you've been at the barber shop every 2 weeks faithfully. That's a big deal for you because you'll never be being consistent with your barber. Are you getting your hair cut every 2 months, fam? That's weird. But the fact that you keeping up with it, I'm proud of you, big dog. See, that's weird. If I was to ever hear that, I would be like, yo, you paying too much attention to me in reference to the fact that this is the attention that I need to pay attention to myself. It's very important through this spiritual process that we not forget the power of being attractive in reference to the law of attraction. Because even though there are no guarantees, it sets you up for a higher probability than coming through this bitch looking dusty in reference to manifesting $100,000 or $1 million, or in reference to having the highest success of your business, to which you want to dress and feel and moisturize and take care of yourself as if you a millionaire. So when I go through my beauty routine, I'm tapped into the frequency of Oshun. Y'all gonna have to forgive me. She said, step on next, hood. We got you a little garment bag. We got all of your supplies in there. After you take your shower, you gonna love on yourself too, big dog. I said, okay, Oshun, I trust you. I'm gonna beautify myself on you mugs. But it's a Venus conjunct Mars and Leo energy where I'm ready to act the part. I'm ready for my close-up. I'm ready to have the conversation. It feel good looking in the mirror and not seeing a fat boy all the time. It feel good looking in the mirror and say, oh shit, you looking kind of manly over there, big guy. Keep it up. Nobody telling me this. I'm telling this to myself. And because I'm doing these inner things, I know for real, my vision is closer to men. Like, I know what I want for my family. I know about my law of attraction. I know that it's working. And I'm not even going to give you the examples. I want you to understand for which what I'm saying so you can begin to live through these examples for yourself. Because the fact that of me manifesting the shit for me and my family, it ain't going to really mean much to you, for real. But if you can understand that it's good shit happening for me, for real. But it's because I'm doing the inner work, doing the attractive work, and I'm being the attract in my law of attraction. To which, when I feel good about Kyrie, this is a big thing for me, and it might be a big thing for you, because it's not necessarily on buying all of the clothes. See, I still haven't got the Balenciaga old man shoes yet that I want. I still haven't got the Valone short. I still haven't got me the iced out cowrie shell piece from down around the corner from Hutch. I still ain't got my gold, iced out teeth. I still ain't got my dunked out Caprice on 28-inch rims and nothing like that. But I realized none of that was in reference to my law of attraction. That was all in reference to my illusion. That was all in reference to the things that I may have thought I wanted versus who I am. Because maybe the 28 inches is going to be a good smoke screen for people to think, oh, that boy riding clean. That boy got an iced out this, that, and the third. This boy doing this boy doing that. And never fully understanding that it's more of an aesthetic. It's more about how I take care of myself. And I reference that there is no guarantees, because a guarantee in an adversity will have you quit. But in reference to my law of attraction and my law of attraction journey, I had many reasons to quit. I had many circumstances to give up. But my vision is so strong that I don't even have the capacity to do so. And hopefully, in reference to this conversation, it has built you up into your resolve of not giving up and understanding that removing the illusions is like 99% of the law of attraction. Why? Because you are higher cosmic intelligence. I said you are. You are cosmic higher intelligence. So now we have to remove all of the barriers to get to that realization for yourself. And this is how we can access this. So really quick, I want to read real quick, and this is from Revelation. I got this message in reference to the divine plane of ideas from Revelation chapter 10, by the way, of the Revelation of St. John by Zachary Lansdowne. If you don't have that book, that's cool. But that's one of my favorite books. So let's do Revelation chapter 10, verse 2. And he had in his hand a little book which was open. He placed his right foot on the sea and his left on the land. Now, real quick, the right foot on the sea is handling your emotions, emotional intelligence. The left foot on the land is understanding that it's about what you do in this world. It's not about you living in la la land. So you got to have understanding of emotions and understanding of practical matters. That little book is the Kundalini energy, because you are the book, right? You are the book. Now that little book is condensed non-physical energy almost to nothingness, but does little equate to nothing, or does little equate to power? And so that's the beginning of the chapter. The end of the chapter, verse 10, and I took the little book out of the angel's hand and ate it up, and it was in my mouth sweet as honey, and as soon as I had eaten it, my belly was bitter. So these spiritual ideas, these divine planes of ideas, are pleasant to complicate. They're pleasant to contemplate. We love to think about spiritual things. We love tarot readings and we love the spiritual journey. But when you start talking about sacrifices and giving up all of the things that once held you back from your true self, and now it's like, I don't want to give up the black and milds hood. I don't want to give up the alcohol. I don't want to give up the random sex on Tinder hood. Can I keep the random sex on Tinder and just move forward with everything else? And it's just like, well, your sexual energy is the most important part to this process. And to release those particular energies, we can have a larger conversation than what I told my wife earlier. But in a nutshell, I was referencing that if I was a dirty dude, and I was having sex with multiple women, and I was passing her on that energy to her, we would be in a completely different reality. But the purity of our law of attraction, the way that I know that things will work out, is because I'm honest about my emotions and I'm honest about my energy, for which I give to my wife is not tainted by Jezebel energy. And that's hard. It's easy when Lori Harvey type chicks is not in your DMs like, I'm really feeling your videos. Your videos is doing it for me, hood. I don't know. Something about you. If you was in town, not saying that I would do anything, but you can call me. And part of me like, oh yeah. When I go to sleep at night with my children, or with my wife, and even when it's me in the bed and John wake up in the middle of the night and he's seeking his dad out or he's seeking his mom out. That's what it's about for me. And a tatalicious with a booty fresh from Dr. Miami might not take me to the promised land. I don't know. Maybe it would, maybe it not. I'm saying it's pleasant to think about, but to really be dedicated to the spiritual journey, to understanding your sexual energy is so hard, fam. That just talking about it, be like, Hood, I want to talk to you about something. And we shoot the shit and talk about a whole bunch of shit. But then the application of these particular things, oh shit, that's a whole nother story. That's a whole nother story, and that's a whole nother reality. And I know that. In reference to everything that's been said thus far, this is why I have to be more or less patient with people. And not be like, well, he like me, he cool with me, or she like me, she cool with me, I could just deal with him. No, what is that self-sabotage within that person really about? Because then when it comes to my vision is like, yes, this is what's going to happen. But you see that energy over there? You see that energy over there? You see that energy over there? They dead set on stopping your vision. You gonna keep going in that direction, or you gonna go internal and let it all make sense from your intuition, trusting your vibration and trusting your frequency, or like my main sis, staying in your vortex, Abraham Hicks. Because in your vortex, people will come and say, I see that vortex you in over there, fam. Can I move you out of it? I need you to help me solve this problem that I can solve for myself. No, for real, help me help myself. Oh, I understand that you can't help me, but you don't understand that you can't help me. So move yourself out of your vortex and help me. And once I steal your vortexual energy, because I'm a psychic vampire, I'm going to just rely on you to do that again. Meaning that I'm not even going to take the energy that you gave me and make it my own. I'm going to take and keep taking and keep taking and keep taking and use you as a source. That's a problem. That's an issue. Once again, the spiritual process, the law of attraction is easy. But to think about these things, sweet. Lovely. I'm a divine goddess of such and such. I've reincarnated. Da 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 da. How much miles you put on your vehicle? How much gas you put in your tank? For the spiritual realm. All of these ideas are much more difficult to apply on a practical level. Rituals in the park, burning sage, and studying your astrology chart. Activate your chakras and things of that nature. None of this is for play. None of this is not to awaken the God within you. But it's not so simple in realizing that in reference to the inundation of illusionary energy, in reference to your emotional frequency of jealousy, envy, greed. What about that greed energy as Jupiter enters in Aquarius, where you have to give and you don't want to give? Because when you tune in and tap into the spiritual truth, meaning that creating this whole layout, I done did blog posts, I done did Instagram posts, I done did the whole video, wrote out a script for the video, worked through the video for nothing. I put close to 48 hours worth of work in this presentation for other people for free. Because I understand that the work that I do, the energy that I give off, it has to come back to me. So I don't wait for people to validate me by paying for stuff, or I do what I need to do first, and then the money comes second. This is how close I am connected to my source. And so the message for understanding the divine plane of ideas within yourself is that you are never separated from that. But the judgment that you have in reference to yourself, you do not feel worthy. When I say that your soul is like your little God, when I say that you are a higher cosmic intelligence, you don't feel worthy of the title. meaning that you judge yourself. But the oxymoron is that you have human pride. You got state pride. You're proud of your graduating class. You're proud of your city. You're proud of your family. When I say that you are a little God, you a big God. You are the great spirit co-creator of your reality, the nanobozo energy, the bunny energy, the fertile energy, the prosperity energy, the high sexual vibration energy. You are God. Your heart stamps your blood with negative ions so it can come back to the, just move through your body and just hydrate your life and drink water and take walks at the park and go to the beach and catch a swim. You are God. Don't ever get it twisted. You take care of your children. You walk up and down the street to go back and forth to work, or you catch the bus to go to work. You drive to work. You do what you need to do for what you need to do it for. Oh, you God. Because life is so hard, fam. Life is so difficult. To get to a position that you're in today has been so hard that most people have not even reached your level of understanding and success. But you judge yourself and beat yourself up so much that you don't even realize the God within yourself, for which you are disconnected and separated. But once again, if I give you the tool, if I give you the hammer, it's not to say, look at my hammer. Meaning that if you clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairaudient, claircognizant, you don't say, look at my hammer, look at my spiritual gifts, let me give you a reading. No, you internalize this energy. You understand this energy. This is the divine plane of ideas, and you begin to execute your tools to create your vision. For which, if your vision is updating and helping the people through the realms of astrology, tarot, and other occult means, so be it. But make sure what you're doing is a part of your vision and not a part of your tool set. Don't show us your tool set any longer. Begin to cultivate and curate your vision. Internalize your vision first. This is your vortexual energy. If you can keep an energy in a thought frequency for 17 seconds, the next step will then occur. So think about your vision for 17 seconds. That 17 seconds will then create the reality of what you should do next. Now, if you decide to do it or not to do it, that's particularly on you. Thank y'all for joining me for another edition of Hood in the Morning. I hope it served you well. I hope everything came across clear and y'all wasn't confused about the messaging. Even if you were confused for a little bit, hope I brought it back around. I do these weekly lives for free. All that I ask is that you support my channel in some way, somehow, whether it's through Patreon or whether it's through ColumbianExchange.com, buying yourself a steam, buying yourself a book, buying yourself a hat, buying yourself a shirt. But hopefully everything is appropriate energy exchange. And if it ever gets to a point where you got $20 but not $23, and you like, well, you want 23 but I only got 20, be sure to email me. I will give you that $3 off, fam. Please don't think that I'm out here trying to collect every single dollar, but I do have 4 kids that I really love what I do, and I love the fact that I'm able to support my family by doing what I do, but I actually have to be financially compensated somehow, some way. So I try to present good business and equal energy exchange. And for those who have supported me along the way, this is not a plea for you to resupport, but I'm just saying thank you for supporting me to allow me to state this message that I'm stating today. Because of those who supported me in the past, I now know that I deserve to be supported. I deserve to be compensated, even when I did not know that. So once again, the shadow work course is available. That is why I'm having this conversation that I'm having with y'all today, so lucid and so clear and so free and so honest and so happy, is because I've done the shadow work. Now, I'm not only a client of shadow work, I'm the president of shadow work. So I've actually been going through this process of shadow work. Moving forward, Chakra Nova, one of the reasons that I'm having the conversation that I'm having today as well. Very fortunate to be to have these, I guess, hobbies and things that I like to do, whether it's writing books or studying psychological modalities. And at first I would study these things and be like, what the hell is going on? And the more I studied, the more it made sense, the more it made sense, the more it made sense, the more it made sense. And now I've gotten to a point years down the line that it makes so much sense that I'm able to help other people. And because of that, I'm so fortunate and grateful. You know, it brought me almost to tears at the beginning of the broadcast, just to think about how far I've came and how clear I am on my vision. So I could only hope to share that with you and your family. Be so clear on your vision that it moves you to tears. Okay. 1 + 1 = 3. This is the constant reminder every week. You need people in your life that assist you in building your empire and not tearing your empire, because 1 + 1 doesn't never equal 2 more than it equals 0 or 3. So you bring your whole self and they bring their whole self, and let's see what we can create. And I bring that to anybody who wants to email me. That email is hoodmystic@gmail.com. Somebody said something about a transportation company. They said they was going to email me. I ain't got no email yet. Trying to start a transportation company. Stop playing with me. I got my CDL. Stop playing with me.